Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Techno here, your coach of the Carolina Pantherians, and today we are back with our NPL Minors Week 10 battle versus the Uzi Gunner, coach of the Bullet Punch Club. So he's a very cool dude, definitely check him out. And just want to say, first of all, I'm very sorry that this is so late. Um, it's mainly late because my computer just basically wasn't recording properly, and then my other computer was really laggy and shit. So it is kind of late. I'm sorry about that. Also, my Camtasia. I don't really have a lot of time to do Camtasia right now, but it's. I will be getting more editing into my videos soon, especially in the next season. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. And yeah, so basically the current standings of this game. So NPL Miners at the time was just pretty whack, mainly because we can't make playoffs, as I've said many times in the past. Just statistically impossible because of when we did join this season. Um, and then about this, so the only reason that we do have to kind of win this game is because if Uzi does 6-0 us, um, then it means that Greg or Turk, two of my good pals, they can't make it, or they can't possibly make playoffs. And I'm fine with any of them making playoffs, but I don't want to get 6-0'd as well. Um, and this means Uzi does get playoffs, so we are kind of playing spoiler. So let's just go over the team. We have Stealth Rock Zapowdon with Ice Fang and stuff. I should have probably put Toxic or Whirlwind or something on it to deal more with Dragonite, because Ice Fang isn't reliable versus a Roost set, but we'll get into that later. We have Scarf Tapu Bulu, really nice versus his team, as you guys can see. By the way, his team, a couple of the main threats you don't see here are Piloswine, um, not Piloswine really, but Jirachi. He didn't bring his Terrakion, no Chandelure either, so that's all he doesn't really have. But yeah, Mega Diancie and stuff, they're all really threatening. I have Scarf Bulu, deal with pretty much everything, just really nice versus him, outspeeds everything, and basically Kanoko everything as well. I've got Ice Beam, Iron Tail, Sucker Punch, Knockoff, Absol. It just kind of deals with the rest of his team really well. Manaphy, it's Calm Mind, Waterium Z with Rain Dance. So it's Speed Boost, Calm Mind. The only thing that really gets in this thing's way is Rotom and this. But this also lets me take on stuff like Tornadus Eye a lot better. Just with the Calm Mind boost, it's really nice. And I can get Rests off too, which is also very nice. Mono Scald, which is fine. Then we have Cofagrigus, just standard defensive. Another response like Jirachi, Terrakion, all those. And then Scarf Victini. So looking at this game, it's Scarf Special Victini, by the way. Looking at this game, I figured maybe a Rotom Mo-lead would be pretty possible. That or maybe a Zoroark, depending on what comes out. But no matter what, I can just lead right off with my Victini and be totally fine. As we see, I do lead with Victini. I don't have nicknames this week for some reason, but either way, I lead with Victini as he does lead off with his Diancie. Now I don't have HP Steel this week, so what I do decide to do is instead of risking an Energy Ball or whatever, I can just go right into my Hippowdon. I take any hit very well from this thing, as he actually does double, probably expecting my HP Steel or something. Now on this turn he does have the Tentacruel in, and I can obviously just Earthquake this, but yeah, no reason to not get up my rocks, because if he does go for Scald, he has to Rapid Spin the next turn. I can get off an Earthquake or whatever, and then hopefully, I'm just hoping that it doesn't burn me there. So yeah, I get him my Victini, and he does go for Reflect, which turns out to be very, very annoying for my team. And another reason I'm kind of glad this team is done with after this battle is because you guys are going to see right here, I go for Blue Flare, and yeah, so it does quite a bit to the Tentacruel, a lot more than I expected actually. But either way, I go into my Cofagrigus, and he goes for Toxic Spikes, and this team is very weak to any hazard, just really, really weak to hazards in general. I didn't have very good spinners. The only things that I really had to get rid of hazards were Hitmontop and Mega Absol, so I didn't really have anything. I did drop the Mega Blastoise just because I didn't want to use it. I did drop Salamence, dropped them all, so it was kind of my fault, definitely, but yeah, this season was just to kind of enjoy myself. And next season we will probably have a much better team, one that fits everyone a lot better. Anyways, you guys can see here he's going for Hydro Pumps um, on my Cofagrigus. Now the reason I went Bulu right here is because I kind of want to stall out the Reflect turns so that I can kind of get in anything so his Dragonite doesn't set up. So I just do that again, and I go right back into my Cofagrigus, which is kind of stupid. But now he does switch out, which means that he does die to Rocks the next turn, so that's really nice. Rotom Mo does come in, so damage on this thing would have been really nice. It basically would have meant that I would have had a lot of damage off on just whatever Mon could deal with my Manaphy. But no matter what, it's totally cool, because we can just do whatever here. And yeah, so I just got off a Hex because it's damage. Damage is always nice versus him. And here he's going to go for another Reflect, and I kind of expected that, so I go into my Victini. And I can possibly get a kill here, but at the same time, it's a lot of mons I have to predict between, so I'm just going to go for Blue Flare. Kind of no drawback, but since he is regular Diancie right now and not Mega, that does pretty much nothing to him. And now I'm kind of forced into my Hippowdon, but I can't go Hippowdon just yet, just because Toxic Spikes are up, so I have to sack off my Cofagrigus as he gets up rocks with his Diancie, which was a good play on his part, because obviously I don't have a way to remove them very well, or just at all at the moment. And yeah, I get off a Hex, it does quite a bit. So yeah, now basically I'm just looking at it. Everything that I can kind of deal with the Manaphy is kind of dead. The only thing that really wants to take it on right now is going to be like Dragonite, and it needs like a lot of different support to kind of take me on. And also kind of has to rely on me not being like a full special attack or not nice beam Manaphy, and the fact that I can't like get up any boosts really or like a whole lot of boosts. He goes for Volt Switch on my Victini. I don't really need this thing too much anymore. I'm kind of noticing. I definitely preserving a lot of sacks, but at the same time, I'm also just kind of like securing that I can win with my Manaphy, my Bulu, whatever. And you guys can see, I go for Glaciate there. Main reason is because, like I said, I don't need this thing. And this allows me to do a couple things. One, it allows me to go into my like my Absol or something next turn. Just no matter what, I can go my Manaphy next turn. And then it also means that Dragonite can't set up on me. So yeah, that's the main purpose of that play. And he goes for Power Gem here, which is all totally fine. So here I'm going to go into my Manaphy, and I decide it's just going to be time to get up the Z-Ray Dance and see what we can do from there. So he goes Tornadus, which is really interesting. Tornadus, I think he probably expected me to just like get up, make him be able to get like 100% Hurricanes off on me, and then he could do a lot of damage to me. But since I am Calm Mind Rest, we will be able to just Calm Mind up, and yeah, this Hurricane isn't going to do too much. I go for another Calm Mind here, I believe. Yes, I do go for another Calm Mind, and I'm just like, okay, please don't crit, because if he crits, there's a shot I can get 6-0'd. It's not likely, but it definitely can happen if I mispredict with a lot of different mons. But here I just rest as he goes into this, and since he is a full health Rotom Mow, and this was not full health, I know that it's a Zoroark, so what I can do is I can just go for Scald here, and this is honestly a key turn in the battle. So he goes for Scarf Punishment, which is a really nice bring on his part, although it didn't really work out too well. This is a key turn in the battle. So on Showdown, they fixed it now, but what Showdown says is that Rotom dies when you kill that, and Zoroark or whatever is still alive. It says that they're both dead, actually. So at this point, I'm just thinking, okay, well, Manaphy just kind of sweeps, so I can just kind of keep clicking buttons, and then after that, Tapu Bulu sweeps. So it's all cool. I know he's going to go for Tailwind here, but it's all, like, pretty much fine. Just mainly because of the fact that, like, if he goes Dragonite, he can't really set up on me very well. I can possibly Scald Burn him. I can do a lot of different things to him. I can Ice Fang him later with my Hippowdon, which is at a nice range of HP, as he goes for Devastating Drake. And yeah, that's totally fine, because what this means is I can go into my Hippowdon, and I can just get off an Ice Fang, if that is what I so desire to do. As he goes into his Tentacruel and he sacks it. So here, basically what I see is that he only has Diancie and Dragonite left. So I'll talk about that in a sec. So I don't want the Dragonite setting up on me or anything at all. And there's definitely possibilities that it can, but it's only dependent on what I lock myself into. So here he goes for the I go into my Cofagrigus as he does go for the Magnet Rise. So interestingly enough to kind of take on my Hippowdon, so that's cool. Definitely a cool bring on his part. And here he just kills off my my thing. So, alright, this is the most interesting turn of the battle, honestly. I'll get into it in a sec. So, here I go in my Bulu. I'm a Scarf type of Bulu, like we've been over, like should be expected. And, yeah, so what I'm thinking here is, okay, so his Dragonite comes in at 51%. So, if I Brutal Swing here, then it means, one, he can't switch into Dragonite, and two, since the Sandstorm's up, it's not a guaranteed kill with Absol with Ice Beam, which means I have to risk Iron Tail or with Knockoff. Basically, if I just get off one tiny hit on this thing, I guarantee a kill with Absol, and then I just win the game with Ice Beam on the Dragonite. So yeah, that's a way I can definitely win this game. So yeah, like the plan is just get off a Brutal Swing. It's no drawback. If I go for any other attack, I can kill this thing, and then Dragonite can come in. But like I said, he still has the Rotom Sack. So if he doesn't have the Rotom Sack, I just Brutal Swing and I just win the game. But because Showdown glitched, I have no clue he has this Rotom in the back. Like, I completely forgot that Rotom was still in the back. So this means that my Brutal Swing, I'm locked into Brutal Swing on a Dragonite that can still Dragon Dance up versus me, which is really, really annoying. I go for Brutal Swing, you guys are going to see it fails, and now he can just go Dragonite, and I'm like, okay, I can still win if this thing's not Dragon Dance Roost, but it turns out that it actually is, as you guys will see, just coming up right here, and yeah, I don't really want to spoil much, but I don't have Toxic on this thing. So basically right here, I'm just going to lose this game. I don't have any way to hit the thing other than Ice Fang. So a couple things to say about this game. So one, this loss was obviously pretty unfortunate, just how we lost. But at the same time, it's not that relevant, mainly just because like the way that playoffs already escalated and played out and all that shit. Um, and yeah, he can't make playoffs, which is unfortunate for him. But obviously, my other friends can then make playoffs just because we did kind of not get 6-0'd, which is really nice. And yeah, so this is just kind of like a weird way to, I guess, you kind of learn from this thing, just because it's obviously just like a weird game mechanic, and I guess they fixed it now. Now that the Rotom was on the screen, I just had no clue that I had no clue that would happen. Which was kind of weird. But anyways, this season in retrospect, we couldn't make playoffs, so it's not really a count for like leagues I don't make playoffs in, because I've pretty much made playoffs in just about every league, which is really nice. And yeah, nice to kind of keep that going. We would have made playoffs if we did have obviously like the right situation in terms of when we joined the league, but you know it's cool. Sucker Punch's gonna come out here obviously, and he's just gonna Fire Punch and kill me, and he just kills the rest of my team right here. I'm trying to get him to choke and maybe lock into Outrage, but it's not happening. And yeah, he's smart enough to just keep clicking Roost and then stall me out with my Toxics, or with his Toxic. So yeah, this was a fun season. Definitely got to have some pretty good moments this season. The game with Greg was really nice. A lot of other really nice games this season. The game with what's his name, Turk, was also very good, and just like a lot of shit that went pretty well this season. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Next season, I'm hoping that I can like come back, kind of like do my thing, get a good draft that I like, even though I'm obviously not known as the best drafter. But yeah, so you guys can see, I'll just skip to the end of this battle. Yeah, he just kills me. So good game to Uzi. Glad that he had a good season as well. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Peace.